Boy, the last time we talked to Michael McMahon, he was fighting to keep his job with the LA Police Department because of the vaccine mandate. Now he is going to be fighting on behalf of all of you. He's running for California State Assembly, District number 41.
And we should remind you, he didn't win that battle. He's no longer a police officer.
But he could win his battle for the Assembly, and he joins us right now. Michael, good morning to you.
Hey, good morning, Jen. Good morning, Grant. How are you guys doing this morning?
We're doing great, and appreciate you stepping up. You know, when you don't like how things are going, the bravest thing somebody can do is to step up and try to be part of the change, and that's what you did. So bring us up to speed, because in our last conversation, well, you were still kind of in limbo with the LAPD.
Yeah, that's right. You know, it is the bravest thing you can do is put your neck out there, and it's, you know, you have to find comfort in living in the uncomfortable. And I was fired finally on July 1st by the LAPD after 7 months of being on trial and being suspended without pay since last November. My my tribunal of 3 came back with a guilty verdict that I failed to follow the order of a chief, and I was subsequently terminated from the LAPD after 14 years.
Wow.
You know, how frustrated are you, and I know this is part of the campaign, that they fired you over a vaccine that now literally has turned out that doesn't even work. I mean, this thing has been a disaster. It's been a dud. You warned them about it. We warned them about it. And yet they went to the mat over this thing that literally is a useless dud.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the Scud missile of everything. And, you know, you're right, Grant. Everything that I said, everything that I fought for has come true. But, you know, you double down on stupid because nobody wants to, the city doesn't want to look bad and have egg on their face. You know, even my own police union had filed a lawsuit with regards to basically the main point of my case, which was a violation of the California Labor Code, and they ended up winning it, and we're still being fired. You know, there's still officers losing their jobs. There's still officers that are on trial today, even though we won that lawsuit against the city and the illegal practices.
You know, Jen,
that's the reason why.
Well, I was just going to say, and I was going to say to Jen too, what's so frustrating about this, Jen, is that you and I have talked about this, and of course with Michael as well. You just wish that along the way somebody with some common sense in a position of power would have stood up and said, hey, you know what, this doesn't make any sense. Yep. This isn't the right thing to do. You know, right usually wins out in the end.
Imagine
or oops, we made a mistake. Somebody with some empathy in a position of power, and nobody came forward. And that to me, I think, is what's most upsetting about this story and others like.
You know, I approached this whole ordeal with the mindset of winners don't have a plan B. You know, and I don't consider myself a loser in this battle, Grant. I fought as hard as I could. I exposed as much as I could. And the next progressive step for me going forward, I don't consider myself a loser. I'm changing the game right now, and I'm trying to affect change in Sacramento so that this doesn't happen to other officers, so that this doesn't happen to other firefighters. You know?
Yeah, I wouldn't consider you a loser in this at all. You brought people's attention to what was going on in a really bad situation for the men and women who bravely protect us every single day in the LAPD. So I wouldn't say you came out on the low end of that at all. In fact, you showed tremendous backbone and courage, and that's why you are running for the state assembly, because you need some backbone to go to Sacramento, especially if you're going with a Republican with that R next to your name. It's gonna take a lot of fight and spirit, and you have a plan. You want to make California golden again. So take us through some of your plans for the state of California, and tell us first what Assembly District 41, what area that entails. It's Pasadena, right?
Yeah, thanks, Jen. It starts in Pasadena and La Cañada Flint Ridge, and then essentially it moves all the way eastbound along the 210 freeway in the San Gabriel Valley, out to the 15, and it's even picked up huge parts of the high desert up into Oak Hills and Phelan and Pinion Hills. The Mount Baldy area. It encompasses most of the Angeles Forest. So it's a hugely significant, it's a big district. It's a big, meaty district. And you're right. You know, I'm looking to restore balance back to Sacramento, or at least a sense of sanity. And I partnered up with some people that are running in for state assembly as well. A gentleman by the name of Burton Brink, who's running in the 49th.
He's a friend.
And
He's fantastic.
Burton's wonderful. And even my good friend Vincent Tsai, who's running for Senate 22, we all started sort of another coalition. I seem to be good at getting people together. We're calling ourselves the Heroes Coalition. And, you know, it's made up of either current or former law enforcement officers, and we're all sort of the same mindset that we're going to go up there with our ideals, our values, our principles, and we want to restore a sense of sanity up there. And that's what we're really hoping to do. You know, and the people, I welcome you to check out my website. It's McMahon, the number 4, assembly.com, and you can see all of my issues and what I stand for up there.
Yeah, I mean, I hope you win. You know, I know the district is going to be somewhat of a challenge, as it is for anybody running. I mean, I take it you're running Republican, correct?
Well, yeah, we're fixed to that two-party system here in California. You know, but the true thing, like, it's not a D versus R any longer, Grant. You know, this is a good versus evil battle in 2022. If there's ever been a better time for good family values and sense of pride in American, you know, it's right now. You know, this is a Democrat Party who has sort of kneecapped our state. You know, all of these policies, all of these failed policies that are affecting citizens of California right now, this is an ongoing problem. And look who's been in charge of our state for essentially the last 60 years. You know, you can't keep voting party lines. You know, what I encourage people to do is vote their values. You know, our values are what guide us, you know, and right now, the family value is under attack. Our children are under attack. And I've been up to the state capitol 4 times since I started to run. And I've been fighting against these anti-parent bills, the ones that are looking to strip us of our parental rights. They're coming after the kids right now with these insane vaccine bills and putting abortion clinics on our children's school campuses and, you know, testing in perpetuity for COVID now. They're really coming after our children. And as a father of 2 small boys, I have to stand up to that. I have to, you know, I don't co-parent with the government. And my 2 children, I think, Grant, you know, I've got 2 small boys. You know, those are my boys. I am beholden to no one else but them, and I will fight like hell to protect their rights and to see that they grow up in an America that they recognize, or that we can all recognize.
Well, I'll tell you, I've gotten to know you over the last couple of years, and you would be a great addition for the people of California up in Sacramento, a voice of common sense. And so I appreciate you coming on the program, Michael.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Your values are.
Thank you so much for being with us, and good luck. We'll talk to you again, I'm sure, before Election Day. Assembly District 41. Check out McMahonforassembly.com, MCMAHON, the number 4, assembly.com. You can also follow Michael on Twitter as well. I just did. You can connect at Mike4Assembly 41, Mike, the number 4, Assembly 41. And, Michael, good luck to you. We'll talk to you again soon. Have a great weekend.
Thank you, guys. I appreciate it. And, Jen, maybe I'll see you out at that luncheon you've got going on this month.
You know, I'm glad you mentioned it, Michael, because, yes, we will see you there.